Seems like no matter what you do sometimes, your efforts go underappreciated or unappreciated, period. You know, all we do, man, is try to give men the information they need to become the best version of themselves. No hate. We love women. We don't hate them. We just don't take no foolishness. And we can't be controlled by our lust. Those men can, but not us.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
Now, I'm not gonna tell you, man, that you shouldn't value your woman at all. A woman does have value, but you can't overvalue her and convince yourself that she brings more value to your life than you bring to hers. You know, just the protection and provision is more than a woman can ever make up for, man. So I'm not saying don't give her props for what she does, but damn sure never make her feel like she's more important to you than you are to her, because it's just a figment of your imagination. She knows the truth, so you have to understand the truth as well. This is called the abundance mindset. There's nothing she can give you that you can't give yourself, besides a baby. And do you really want one of those right now? Nope.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
You see, the main thing that men let women slide with is shut-uppiness and obedience. Now, when you use the term obedience with a woman, she automatically relates that to being a slave. But slaves aren't obedient. Obedience is a choice. Slaves either do it or die. Shut-uppiness is another thing that women have a problem with. It doesn't mean you can't talk. It means that you can't talk when I'm talking. It means that when we're talking about things that I do as the man, you don't have an opinion on those things, because I make decisions based on facts, not opinions, not even my own opinions, and most certainly not yours.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
Welcome to the Alphasphere, the only place on the planet that's totally engulfed in positivity and totally submerged in alpha energy. I'm your host, Dr. BOA.
Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Welcome to the Alphasphere. Get money division. The place where you transform into a man on a mission. Learning to not feel guilty about selfish decisions. You and your best self would be on a head-on collision. You will not be stopped by obstacles that's dropped by those who wanna see you fall, cause more wanna see you fall. You will be so focused, you won't get no peace at all, till you go from mud feet to walking on streets of gold. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Dr. BOA, the utmost most alpha surgeon, helping you to become your most alpha version. Old and new you, this is where they will be merging. Give money today, so later you'll be splurging. Tell them haters you do not care what they say about you. Just meant to live out to make them live without you. When your vision sprouts to living it from chasing it. When they say your name, just make sure they put some bass on it. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Dying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Bitch want me to come through. She said she think of me when she with you. She really want a man to treat her right, and I can be the man La Mama need for tonight. Your bitch want me to come through. She suffering from the beta nigga blues. She really want a man to beat it right, and I can be the man La Mama need for tonight. Alphas don't trust hoes. They just think they should be. Trust me, alphas take control. They just let they bitches leave. I'm just saying I'm the motherfucking man, cause my bitch ain't got no plans, and my wish is a command, and everything that she do is for the team. Seeing daddy win the ring is a motherfucking dream, and she knows everything I want, everything I need, it's a guarantee. Everything I do, everything I say, it's my way or no way, and no way is okay, you know. Your bitch want me to come through. She said she think of me when she with you. She really want a man to treat her right, and I can be the man La Mama need for tonight. Your bitch want me to come through. She suffering from the beta nigga blues. She really want a man to beat it right, and I can be the man La Mama need for tonight. I don't trust these hoes. Bitches don't know honesty. I stay in control. Never relinquish the lead. I'm just saying you are not the fucking man if your bitch got her own plans and your wish ain't her command, and everything that she do ain't for the team. Seeing you in the ring ain't her motherfucking dream. She should know everything you want, everything you need, it's a guarantee. Everything you do, everything you say, it's your way or no way, and no way is okay, you know. Your bitch want me to come through. She said she think of me when she with you. She really want a man to treat her right, and I can be the man La Mama need for tonight. Your bitch want me to come through. She suffering from the beta nigga blues. She really want a man to beat it right, and I can be the man La Mama need for tonight.
So what's good, homies? What's good? It's your man, Dr. VOA. Appreciate everybody being in the joint, man. If y'all can hear me loud and clear, man, throw a one in that chat for me. If you can hear me loud and clear, throw a one in that chat for me, man. Throw a one in that chat. Salute to the Alphasphere. Bless up to the Green Label Gang. Salute. Easy B. King. Mike. G. Holland World. Salute SJ, my brother. Michael, what up, Chief? I see you. Michael. Fierce, I see you, man. Simon. Derek Miles, appreciate the 5 bone Canuck Bucks. Salute, man. Bang that free like button, man. Listen to the homie and bang that free like button. It ain't gonna cost you nothing, man. Skull, what up? Abraham was good. Again, Dev, salute to you, man. Boo, what's up, man? Hey, Bell. Kazan Energy, man, back again. Switching up on the name, man. Salute to you. Paul X, what up? Yeah, you gotta stop simping, homie. Never big, salute. Brown Hunter 1975, my Mod Squad brother. What's good? Salute, man. Appreciate the dime. Jacob, what up? All right, let's get ready to do this thing, man. Flams, what up, famo? All right, let's do this, man. We back on the other mic, man, on the hanging mic now. Just got the headphones on to make sure I can monitor the show. Salute to everybody in the building, man. So today's topic, man. Somebody sent me this video, man. I was just gonna do a regular piece of content on it, but once I took a look at it, I realized, man, that this needed a live stream dedicated to it. Pretty long little piece of content. And there's a chick, man. And here's the thing I want you to understand about these women. This chick about 35. When a woman gets to a certain age, man, you have to understand that if she's single, even if she's been married or she hasn't been married, she's been through enough relationships where she's given up on relationships. So any woman who gets to a certain point is no good for a relationship unless you just a beta male simp mangina who's ready to be in a situation where you're going to provide and protect the broad who ain't going to give you nothing in return. See, after a while, a woman is turned out from the prospect of failing at another relationship. And as men, we have to keep that in mind because when it all boils down, the one thing I can assure you is that after a certain point, a woman doesn't have what it takes to dedicate herself to any type of relationship anymore, man. Anymore. So when I heard this piece of content, man, I listened to it all the way through, man. It's about a 4-minute video, man. Of course, we're going to listen to it and chop it down on the way through it. But I want y'all to understand, man, that we're not here to tear this chick down. We're here to clarify and verify that women are starting to admit a lot of the things that we talk about over here in the alpha sphere that other men tend to deny or act like don't exist or refute for whatever reason. But we've been knowing this already. So when we hear from the horse's mouth, it's just to validate to these guys, help these guys see that, man, it ain't just us talking, man. Women are starting to admit these things. And so you got to wrap your mind around that concept, man. And you know, the bottom line is, man, if you dating a woman, man, women these days ain't dating one dude. So if you dating a woman, there's no need to try to compete with these other guys to be the one that's going to win her over. And because here's the thing. Once she gets the joy and thrill of dating multiple men, then it's just hard to believe that a woman is going to give all of that up, all of that validation up to be with one man. You see what I'm saying? So, Abu Bay, appreciate you too, man. Kong Godson, welcome to the family, man. Appreciate you joining the Alpha family. Welcome to the Green Label Gang. Jacob B, appreciate the support. I'm gonna appreciate the super sticker. So I'm gonna put this video up, man, and we're gonna go ahead and dive into it right quick. I want you to feel the energy with which she's talking. Oh, my bad. Let's go to school. I want you men to feel the energy with which she's saying these things. You can tell that this isn't a woman who is just coming up on this, is just starting to feel this way. She has been doing this long enough to reap the benefits of dating multiple men and knowing what that feels like. So let's put this thing on up, man.
You know, I gotta remember that when
Right quick first. Now, as I said, man, we're not doing this to try to tie the brow down and men like that. We're just doing what we're doing, and we're keeping it a buck with ourselves as well as the brows. Let me change to another headphone, man. This one's kind of low in my ear. Since y'all can hear me loud and clear, I don't really need to be on it no more. Let me change over to a good one, man, that I can hear on. All right, that should be much better for you. All right, so let's take a listen to this, man, and we'll chop it up on the way through it. Carlos, appreciate the 2 dubs, man. Salute, salute. Let's go.
You know, I gotta remember that whenever I post about with a boy, I always get an influx of messages from women that always say that they wish that they could do that. And I am trying to understand why you can't do it. Unless you are married or you have found your person that you want to spend your forever with, or you're engaged or whatever. Those are the only reasons why dating multiple people at one time should stop you.
Now, I want you to listen to what this chick is saying. She's saying that if you have not gotten a commitment from any man, then you should continue to date multiple men. See, the modern woman doesn't believe she has to prove herself worthy of a commitment. How can a man ever look at you and say, okay, I want to be with this woman. I want to just settle down with this one woman. If the entire time you're dealing with that man, you're stretched so thin because you're giving pieces of yourself to all these other men. And don't sit and tell me that you're dating these men and you ain't having sex with none of them. If you're dating 10 men, you're having sex with at least 3 of them. That's just the bottom line. And one of them is the one you really want to be with. And when he ain't available, which he probably won't be available to you all the time because he has options, then you got 2 more that you're willing to link up with. The bottom line is, what would make a man tell you? See, if you're a woman listening to this broad, then you're going to end up just like her. She about 35 years old. She's single. She's been through a slew of unsuccessful relationships. And now she's acting like she's happy, but deep down inside, she's bitter. The bottom line is, no man is going to take you seriously if you don't take yourself seriously first. If you don't present yourself to a man as a woman who's worthy of that type of commitment, no man is going to give it to you except a beta male simp, man, Johnny. Let's keep listening, man. Y'all hold up for a minute, man. I thought I had done something here. Y'all give me a quick second right here, man. Just a quick second. This ain't gonna take long at all. My bad, for whatever reason. I thought I had done this already, but obviously I didn't have to do what I thought I had to do, man. I didn't do it, fellas. My bad. All right, here we go. That ought to get it. Now, let's listen to a little bit more of this chick.
Stop you. I am a champion and a believer of men and women dating multiple people at one time. That is legit what the definition of dating is. The only reason why you shouldn't date more than one person at one time, actually there's no reason. The only time that you shouldn't date multiple people at one time is after you have the conversation about exclusivity.
Now, here's the thing. Why would a man have a conversation with you about exclusivity when you're dating multiple men? Why would a man look at you and say, okay, she's dating multiple men? And we can't even make the assumption that you're not having sex with those men. We know that there's a possibility. No man is going to have a talk about exclusivity with a woman who is dealing with multiple men. Because in our estimation, if you're dealing with multiple men, then you're being intimate with multiple men. And that's scallywag-hearted behavior. See, what happens is women are poor judges of character. And after they're poor judges of character, they try to change those people in their lives with bad character. So they waste time in their lives in situations that'll never work. Then on the back end, instead of owning up to the fact that they're poor judges of character and that they did just as much as the person they were involved with to ruin their opportunity to be who they want to be and live the life they want to live and have the situation that they want to live as far as relationship goes, they just point the finger all around and say, it's the men, it's the men, it's the men. All the men are bad. All men are dogs. All men are this. When in actuality, the 3, 4, 5, 6 men you've been with don't count for any noticeable, any acknowledgeable percentage of men that are available in the world. You just made bad decisions. And now you want to tell other women, young women, to listen to bad decisions. Because ain't no woman in her 40s and 50s going to listen to you. She's a fool. Let's keep going, man. And this thing about men and women should date multiple people. Here's the thing that women are going to have to understand. And this may change, but it ain't going to change during our lifetime. Things are different for a woman than they are for a man. That's just the way it is.
Things are different for a woman. If a woman has seven men at one time on her roster and she's interacting with all of them, she's just considered a harlot. If a man does the same thing, he's not. There's not going to come a time in our lifetime where women aren't going to get a different break on that than we are. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. But that's what comes with being the weaker vessel. Let's keep going.
Once you have a conversation about exclusivity, then you are only dating one person. But until that conversation happens, I know it's a cultural thing. It's only a Black people thing because white people don't think like this. Actually a shame because we do ourselves such a disservice when we do not date more than one person.
Listen, homie, the bros say you are hurting yourself, not being a scallywag. You are damaging yourself, not spreading yourself thin. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't spread yourself as thin as you can and share your energy with as many people as possible. This is why women shouldn't lead. This is why women shouldn't talk. This is why women should just listen, learn, and take notes from reputable men like the men of the alpha sphere. This makes no sense. This is a woman talking from pain. This is a woman talking from the emotion that is pain. There is no logic in what she's saying. You're doing yourself a disservice, young lady, if you don't deal with multiple men. You know, we live in a society where, as she said, this is not any other culture, this is just Black folks. Black folks in this country believe that you have to date around and deal with multiple people and be intimate with multiple people before you learn how to deal with people. Well, how well does that work? All these women complaining about ain't no men for them. They single. How well does that work? They've all dated multiple men. They've all been with multiple men. She's been with multiple men. All of this time in her life, she's been with multiple men and she ain't no wife yet. Ain't nobody settled down on exclusivity with her. And here's the thing. Even if I tell you we're going to be exclusive, that don't mean I am. So all I got to do is tell you. Think about how stupid that is. All I have to do is tell you, okay, let's sit down and have this conversation about exclusivity. I got one thing to say to you. I love you, baby. My pretty little baby. There's nothing you can do to keep me away from you. I say that to her, bam, we exclusive now. While I still got all my girls. What she's doing is trying to make up for the heartache and pain that she has felt from being used, even when she knew she was being used and wouldn't leave. See, if somebody fools you once, shame on them. When they fool you twice, shame on you. And these women be getting fooled 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Shame on nobody. You're just being dumb. And until you have had some success in a relationship, you do not have the right to tell other women how to be in a relationship. And I know some beta male, some man, Johnny gonna come here and say, "Well, that'll be away. When your success in a relationship doesn't be away. When you ever had success in a relationship doesn't be away. You single right now. You say that'll be away. What's going on with you? That'll be away. Where's your woman? I don't sell. That'll be away. I don't sell. Unsubscribe." Okay, unsubscribe. So before you go, let me tell you this. The only reason I have no relationships right now, no successful relationships, is because every woman who wanted to be with me in a relationship like that was just the wrong woman for me. Every single woman I've ever been with in my life, if I wanted to, that could have been a long-term thing. That could have been a marriage. She could have been my wife. I've never had these issues where I've never had an issue where I wanted that and couldn't get it from the woman that I had in my life. This, bro, is coming from perspective. And I wish I could show y'all the actual post, man, where she wrote beside the post, man. I wish I could show y'all that, because that's where she talks about she was 35 years old, man, and she's been in and out of these relationships and blah. What she is just a chick, man, that's run down now. She's run down mentally, she's run down physically, she's run down spiritually, she's run down emotionally, and now she just wants to do what she thought she should have done back then. Here, you got two kind of women in the world. You got those women who ride the carousel when they're young, and then they get older and wonder why they can't get no man. Then you have these women who are in relationships when they're younger, but they're in relationships with men their age who don't want to be in relationships. Then they get mad when they get older, and they try to ride the carousel when they're older. Those are the only two kind of women you got in the world. You got those two kind of women, and you got virgins. That's it. That's why I tell you men all the time, just don't do that until you have a virgin in your midst, man. Because here's the thing. A lot of this is coming from the energy of those men inside of her. This is why she sounds so discombobulated mentally and emotionally, where everything she's saying doesn't make sense, because the energy of those men she's been with will never leave her. They are in her spirit. They are in her mind. They are in her body. It's just there. And she can't understand why at 35 years old. She's not an ugly girl. She can't stand why at 35 years old. She ain't never been able to get a man to commit to her. So now what she's saying is, even after all of that, all a man has to do is say, let's talk about exclusivity. I give you the sun, the rain, the moon, the stars, and the mountain. I'll give you the world. And she said, okay, it's just me and you then. Let's just do some more of this foolishness.
One time, I am grown as right? I am never going to ask another about no other woman he's dating. Ever. Ever.
See, she's reminiscing back to the things she did when she was in relationships. When she was dealing with men who, see, let me tell you the problem with the majority of women in this society. They allow themselves to become attached to a man who has given them no reason to be attached to him. Well, not giving them any reason, not giving them any inclination that he wanted that type of relationship. So when you see these women, they always put themselves in a position where they act like the man is doing them wrong. The man has done something wrong to them because they want commitment, but the man doesn't. A woman truly believes that by the time she wants commitment, you should want it too. But the bottom line is, she doesn't. She's scarred. She's scarred. If you're in a relationship with this woman, she's going to remember all of these scars, and any little thing you do that's going to make her feel like maybe you got somebody else. When women learn these things, women always believe they can look back on the mistakes they made and try to fix them with the next man. No, here's what you do with mistakes. To all of you women who are listening, here's what you do. You look back on the mistakes you made in relationships, and you don't try to fix them with the next man. You use those to look at the warning signs that you should have taken heed to before, to keep yourself out of a situation that you shouldn't be in with the man you shouldn't be in it with. You can't go and have all these situations with these men and then come to me and think that I'm gonna wait. Here you are, been having sex your whole life. With a child, with no child, but you've been having sex your whole life. And you're gonna come to me and talk about, well, I want to wait until I'm married. Go right ahead, wait until you're married, but you won't be waiting with me. That's the type of thing you do early on. You passed the point of doing that. But that's the type of thing that women do all the time. I guarantee you, many of you guys have met a woman who has said she want to wait until she's married. Or you know someone who met a woman and she said, I want to wait until I'm married. How a woman going to come with 2 children on her arm talking about she going to wait until she's married? No, it's too late now. That thing already used. Let's keep going, Holmes.
I do not care. You could have met her and went out with her this morning and we got a date that night. That has nothing to do with me. Nothing at all to do with me.
See, here's the problem. This should have been her mindset when she was in a relationship. This should always be a woman's mindset. As long as I'm taking care of home, don't worry about what I'm doing when I'm gone. That's why you have to define the dynamics of a relationship with a woman. You have to let her know that when we're together, it's like this. When we're apart, it's not like that. When we're apart, don't claim me. Don't be around here talking about, hey, he mine, he my man, don't do that. That's only when we together. When we're apart, don't do that too. That's just how you have to deal with the modern woman. Because the modern woman will be somewhere, her ass will be out on a date with another dude on her way to his crib, talking about my husband calling me. I don't care what you do. Just don't be telling nobody that when I call you, I'm your husband. You go do what you want to do. But when you're doing that, you don't belong to me. You only belong to me when we together, when I can see you with my eyes. When I can't see you, hey, I can't believe you. Carlos, appreciate the $2, man. Let's keep going.
My only concern is making sure that I am having a great time, you're having a great time, and if we like each other and we want to keep having a great time, then we do so with each other. That's my only concern. The only time I am ever questioning or bringing up someone is obviously if my life is in danger or someone is sending me random texts or messages on IG, then yeah, we talk about that because that's different because now you've involved me in that situation. But other than that, baby, I don't care. And so we have a conversation about exclusivity. You for the streets just like me.
Look at that. You for the streets, just like me. Here's the thing about it. A woman, and I'm going to do a piece of content about this, man, later on this week, about the reason that women behave like this. Why she wants to say, well, I'm this, and so you're this too. Why she wants to say, well, I behave like this, you behave like this too, so we're all labeled the same. I do this and you do it too, so you're what I am. They don't want to accept the fact that there's a difference between men and women in all of these scenarios. They don't want to accept that. As a man, we can walk around with our shirt off. A woman can't do that. Think about it. Go swimming, you got your shirt out, woman don't. Simple differences. There's nothing that's the same about men and women. Nothing. So when she says, I'm for the streets, and you are too, here's a woman just saying she knows she's for the streets. Now, see, we don't even know what the parameters that govern her breakups before. We don't know. She could have been cheating on every man she ever been with. We don't know that. Let's keep going.
I'll tell you my favorite thing about being a woman and being an adult woman is that I have unlearned so much shit that I was inadvertently taught just through music, media, movies, society, culture, and then some familial things as well that I learned within my own family. But I'm just so happy. It's my favorite thing to do is to unlearn. Like, I do not want to project anything, any insecurity, any stigma. I don't want to project shit.
Now, here's the thing. All she's projecting right now is insecurities. All she's projecting right now is stigma. All she's projecting right now is societal norms and expectations. All of the things she just said she doesn't want to project, she's projecting them and acting like she's not projecting them. She just says she's for the streets. That's a stigma. She just says she wants to break down all of the things she's been taught, all the things she's been taught about being a good woman, all the things she's been taught about not being a scallywag, all the things she's been taught about not being a thought, all the things she's been taught about carrying yourself a certain way in a respectful manner. She wants to do away with all of those things. And all of the things that she was taught by media and music, and now she wants to trade all that stuff in for the current things that she's been taught by music and media. Have as many men as you want. She sounds like a fan of Megan Thee Stallion. She sounds like a fan of Cardi B. She sounds like a fan of Saweetie. She sounds like a man of all of these chicks that are saying, I break dudes' pockets. I be with whoever men I want to be with. I dog them out. I treat them bad. I run through as many as I can. I get the bag from them. And here's the sad thing about it. As you hear her go on, you're going to hear how she feels about getting the bag from a man as well. Let's keep going.
I don't even know if I'm having no children, child, but I don't want to project that on kids if I have them. I don't want to project that on my friends. I just want
at 35, you're running out of time
to live whatever life they want to live as long.
There we go. Live whatever life you want to live. She doesn't want to be accountable for her actions. She doesn't want to have to stick to anything that's going to cause her to focus on being a certain way. She doesn't want to control herself. She doesn't want to control and be responsible for her actions. She just wants to fly and be free. The problem is she's 35 years old. This is the definition of Wallbanger speak. This is the prototypical definition, bro, of a Wallbanger talking. Let's keep going.
They are not putting other people's lives in danger. You know what I mean? I'm just such a proponent of dating and getting to know yourself, getting to know.
See, she's 35 years old. Shout it, if you don't know yourself at 35, it's too late. This is a 35-year-old woman talking about she's a proponent of dating and getting to know herself. But then in her post, she says she didn't date. She was in and out of relationships. She was in committed relationships her whole life. It's too late to be trying to learn yourself. You know yourself. Accept yourself for who you are. I want to learn myself. Come on, Shawty. If you ain't learn yourself about that, you ain't going to learn a damn thing about you. Let's keep going.
To know women. Get to know everybody. Yo.
She said, get to know men, get to know women, get to know everybody. Here's a woman saying, you know what? I don't want to be good anymore. I want to do whatever I want to do. And I'm going to be honest with you. You got about 5 or 6 years left before you hit that 4-0 and everything changes for you. Let's keep going.
I love that all my homeboys are chiming in. Ladies, newsflash. Real don't care if you dating somebody else. Real not intimidated by you dating somebody else.
Shame the language. There we go. So because we don't want to deal with a woman that's spreading herself all around, we intimidate. No, we're not intimidated. We're disgusted. Big difference between being intimidated and being disgusted. If you're dating all those multiple men, shouting, you don't deserve to be in my presence. Because none of them boys ain't on my level, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and some of them ain't on my level financially. So what are we talking about here? You want men to be okay with dealing with scallywag behavior. And if we're not, we're intimidated? No. I'm offended by the fact that you believe that as a scallywag, you're supposed to be around me, Sean. That's what I am. And the men of the atmosphere are offended as well. You got too many miles on you and too many different styles on you to be sitting around here acting like you bringing something valuable to a man's life. When all you bringing is emotional drama, emotional baggage, physical baggage, spiritual baggage, mental baggage. And sitting here bragging about it like you're doing something good. Let's keep going.
Now, let me tell you what type of woman I am.
We already know what kind of woman you are. And as far as that, real ninjas don't care who you with. That's right. But here's the problem. Real ninjas is the same one that you were trying to settle down with when you were younger that didn't want you like that. So now you understand? Now you understand? Come on, man. Let's try to get on out here. I'm about tired of her.
If I saw a guy out that I was hanging out with, right, and I was feeling him, I like him, right, and I see him with another woman, you better believe the next day, maybe 2 days later, I'm taking him out. Like, legitimately, what you doing this weekend? You busy? I want to take you to dinner. Or I want to take you to wherever I want to take you. Like, that to me, it just serves as, I like a little healthy competition, child.
There you go. I tell you men all the time, you cannot have just one woman because women want competition. You see how she just said? She just dated a bunch of guys and she got, this guy and that guy. She glad her homeboys chiming in, and women, I don't understand why you just date one man. But if she see a man that she dated and he out with another woman, you know what she want to do? She want to compete with the other woman for that man. You know why? Because that man presents value. That man presents an abundance mindset. Not just an abundance mindset. When she sees someone with another beautiful woman, that man presents an abundant life. This is proof of the abundance mindset. The problem is women want to share in the abundance mindset, but you can't. You ain't built like that. Let's keep going.
So I don't mind it. Ooh, baby. Okay, well, since y'all here, let's talk about it. Liking, loving too fast. Let me tell you what that actually really is. When you like every single you hang out with, you fall in love with every single real quick.
Oh, look at this projector. She's projecting. She's talking about what she used to do. Everybody she used to meet, she fell in love with. She fell in love with everybody. And now she's going to say, how you living? Let me tell you what that represents before she tell this lie. That represents a woman with low self-esteem. That represents a woman who's seeking validation from every man she meets. She needs too much male validation. Even back then, she needed more male validation than one man could give her. And right now, she's still saying she needs more male validation than one man can give her. So why would anybody discuss less exclusivity with a woman who's talking like this, brothers? Help me understand.
That is likely, not all the time, but that is likely an emotion that you are feeling out of fear. That is a fear-based emotion. You are operating out of a mindset of scarcity because you just think that, okay, well, this must be the one because I done been out here trying for 29 years and ain't nothing ever came back like this. Ain't never nothing.
Oh, she tells the woman, if you've been out here for 29 years, just keep on being a scallywag. You ain't got no business trying to settle down, talking about you love no man or none of that. No matter how good he is, you keep going. You keep riding the carousel.
Made me feel like this before. That could be it, but it could also be you're scared. So let me latch on real quick so don't nobody else get this feeling. Don't nobody else get this man. Or it's just that scarcity mindset, baby. Let that shit go. Let that shit go. You know, I gotta.
Now, here's the thing, bro. Here's what I really want y'all to understand, man. I want y'all to keep in mind one thing. that no matter what these women say or what they do or what they try to project, the bottom line is the majority of women are lonely. And no matter how many men they date, they can't fill that up. They can't get rid of that loneliness. They're lonely. They're going to be lonely. They wish they had a man. And that's why a woman has to date so many men, because it takes 5 or 6 to 10 beta male simp manginas to make one alpha king. And a lot of times these women look back on their lives and they remember the alpha king that they should have been with. But they were stuck on stupid, stuck on viewing men from the wrong perspective, and ended up jammed up in a spot like this. I want you men to remember one thing. The average woman out here is not geared, prepared, or mentally equipped to be a wife. So never believe that you have found one if she has one emotional scar from another man. If she's ever been in love and heartbroken, leave that woman alone. Just one time. Because women never get over those emotional scars. And even more so, they compound them with more emotional scars. So by the time you meet a woman her age, she's ruined. She is ruined, brothers. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news for women, but this is good news for men. All you have to know that if a woman has a sob, heartbreak story from her past, flee the scene. She's not worth the time, effort, or energy that you're about to waste on her. That's what there is. Salute, man. Appreciate the 5 bones. If you want to be someone, be a pro. Velvet Jones, salute to you, man. Salute. Now, here's the thing, brothers. We ain't going to stand here much longer, man, but I do want y'all to understand one thing, because we got another show tonight at 8, and I want to, to get a little rest, man, rest my vocal cords, and kind of bang it out so we can really bang out a good show tonight. Try to put a little length on the show tonight, man. We're going to try to go an hour and a half, 2 hours tonight. So I appreciate everybody being in the joint, man, but I want y'all to remember this one thing. As men, we have to be honest with ourselves about what we're dealing with in this particular society when it comes to our options as far as women go, especially when it comes to any man who's considering a relationship or, even a marriage or anything like that. You have to vet so hard and vet so long, because you cannot afford to invite a woman into your life who is carrying emotional baggage from another man. It will never benefit you, and it will never work on your behalf. It will drain your energy. It will drain your positivity, and your life will be changed forever, but not in a positive manner. Emperor, appreciate you joining the Alpha family, man. Salute to you. So, fellas, we're going to get on out of here, man. Y'all put God first. Keep grinding and growing. My Mod Squad brothers, SJ3, D. Flemings. I saw the brother Hornet up in here, man. I appreciate y'all brothers being in the joint. And there's just one thing that I want to say before I get out of here, man. Alpha's up, Beta's down. It's the motto. Peace.
Seems like no matter what you do sometimes, your efforts go underappreciated or unappreciated, period. All we do, man, is try to give men the information they need to become the best version of themselves. No hate. We love women. We don't hate them. We just don't take no foolishness. And we can't be controlled by our lust. Those men can, but not us.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
Now, I'm not gonna tell you, man, that you shouldn't value your woman at all. A woman does have value, but you can't overvalue her and convince yourself that she brings more value to your life than you bring to hers. Just the protection and provision is more than a woman can ever make up for, man. So I'm not saying don't give her props for what she does, but damn sure never make her feel like she's more important to you than you are to her, because it's just a figment of your imagination. She knows the truth, so you have to understand the truth as well. This is called the abundance mindset. There's nothing she can give you that you can't give yourself, besides a baby. And do you really want one of those right now? Nope.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Sims claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
You see, the main thing that men let women slide with is shut-uppiness and obedience. Now, when you use the term obedience with a woman, she automatically relates that to being a slave. But slaves aren't obedient. Obedience is a choice. Slaves either do it or die. Shut-uppiness is another thing that women have a problem with. It doesn't mean you can't talk. It means that you can't talk when I'm talking. It means that when we're talking about things that I do as the man, you don't have an opinion on those things. Because I make decisions based on facts, not opinions. Not even my own opinions, and most certainly not yours.
Alphas up,